I think the hate obviously has gone too far. I do think we're going to do a tier list of the season 7 Love Island. Obviously, the biggest show on TV right now, a lot of scandals, a lot of big things, but we're going to do a tier list. Now, I do watch the show with my girlfriend. I enjoy spending time with her, but some of the stuff does get interesting in this reality TV show. So we're going to rank. Obviously, the ranking system is my clients, Bombshell, I Like the Beat, Huda, Chopped, and Pack Your Bag. So I'm going to give my honest take with a lot of these people, just what my thought is about if they got vote, if they're out, whatever it may be. So let's get into it. Now, Charlie, I really liked on the show. I felt like he left super early, which I thought was honestly very wrong. I think what they did to him and Hannah was honestly very undeserved. So I personally thought he was a cool dude. I'm gonna put him here. He wasn't my favorite person, but I think he was a cool, genuine guy on the show, and I think he deserves to be there. We're jumping into the next, probably the biggest name of this entire show, who obviously she's no longer on it, Sierra. Now I know there's obviously that big scandal that occurred, her making a racist remark or racist remarks in previous Instagram or whatever social media platforms. But obviously, she has been kind of, interesting on the show. There's been moments where it seemed a little two faced, would kind of, bully, I guess, in a way. But I think the hate obviously has gone too far. I do think there should be an apology, and the way that Love Island essentially just got her off the show, didn't even leave a comment. I don't know. I don't think she's the worst person ever. I do think we all make mistakes, but I do think that she probably should have left a while ago. So I'm going to put her at the bottom just because of everything that's happened. Next is Taylor. I think Taylor, to be honest, I think the whole thing with the Landria, how he handled it was not great, but I think he stood his ground. I think what him and Clark have is authentic. I think he brings a great addition to the show. I'm just going to put him up here. I think, honestly, he's probably one of my more favorite people on the show. I know a lot of people don't like him because of Alandria, the whole thing, but no. Nick, I'm gonna put down at the bottom. The reason why, I think the guy honestly is, I don't know what he's doing on the show. I feel like he gives good takes a lot of the time. He's very honest, but at the same time, I feel like he just uses everybody and his relationships have never been authentic. Listen, if what was shown on the screen was authentic with Sierra, and then he just goes immediately for Alandria right after, and he's like, "You're the most beautiful woman." I don't know. I don't like that. I think that's like, I don't know. I don't like the character. So Jeremiah, I think I have to put at the top. Guy left way too early. I think a bunch of people in the villa were jealous of him, whatever. Maybe he did love bomb, whatever it may be, but I don't think the guy deserved to be off the show for that. And I do think he brought good energy to the show. The stuff with Huda made it super engaging. And I think everyone liked him too, but I think it was ridiculous what happened. Ulissa, I really don't care too much. Obviously, was out of the show, whatever. So we're just gonna move on. Landria, one of my least favorite people, I'll be honest. If I had to put her, I'd put her there because I think, again, the whole way that she handled the Taylor situation when they were talking, her calling him some not so nice names, just, I don't know. And I feel like, to be honest, she's never been someone that I've thought was a great addition to the show. A lot of people from their experience with her, I feel like she just takes things really slow, which is fine. But if that's going to be your vibe on the show, I don't think you should really be on here, in my opinion. I think that's what Taylor saw. And I don't know, I saw a darker side of her when she was saying those things to Taylor. So I'm going to have to put her at the bottom. And I think her and Nick, to be honest, is just a way to, like, I guess, save face. I don't know. Huda's been interesting. I didn't really like Huda from the beginning, obviously, with how she was dealing with Jeremiah and just those outbursts and not really handling herself well. But I feel like she's really turned it around. So it's going to be kind of, I'm going to put her behind Charlie. I'm going to put Charlie actually up there. But I do think Huda's come around and really changed as a person. So I give her credit for that. Bella A, again, not too much really to say about her, but I'm just gonna put her probably there. It was all right. Shelly, what do I think of Shelly? I think Shelly is probably in front of Huda, if I can move this. But my thing about Shelly is I didn't really understand the whole situation with Chris and Ace. I didn't really understand how, and also how she was mad at Huda for going too far when it's just a challenge, and she said that previously. So besides that, I think she's a good addition with Ace. I think she brings good energy to the show. So I'm gonna put her there. Amaya, this is gonna be so I'm not really liked Amaya throughout the season. I don't know. I just think sometimes she makes comments at the wrong time that when Taylor chose Clark, she's like, Taylor, Taylor, really, Taylor, Taylor. I don't know. I didn't like that, but she is a good person. Not really my favorite, but I don't know. I probably would put her above Shelly and Huda, but to be honest, I don't know. Not my favorite. Hannah, what do I think of Hannah? I'm gonna put her with Charlie again. I think the Hannah situation was messed up. Like her getting out, I think it was ridiculous. I felt like she was actually having a good relationship and they just got rid of her. I don't know the intention, but I think she left way too early. Her and Charlie were a great addition, even with Pepe, which we'll get to eventually. I don't know. It just felt wrong. Jalen was always a good guy. I'll be honest. I liked him. I didn't think he was a great addition to the show, but I think I think he was, but actually I think at the time he wasn't really. I don't know. I just think he was a good guy. It's just the timing when he came in wasn't the best. So not that I don't like him, but I mean he wasn't really in there for that long, so I'm gonna put him below. Iris is one of my favorites. I'm gonna put Iris in the top. I think she's just been, as people say, a badass. I think she's been authentic through the entire show. Hasn't really caused any issues. Been very straightforward. Obviously, the whole thing with TJ was mess, but I think her exploring Pepe is fair. They've had a friendly relationship, and obviously now they're exploring each other. I think Iris all around is, in my opinion, one of the best Islanders for sure. So I'm also gonna have to put Pepe up there as well. I'm gonna put him behind Iris, but I think Pepe by far is, in terms of the best guy on the show when it comes to being authentic, being honest, being an all around good Islander. I think he by far deserves to be up there, and I'm excited to see what him and Iris do in the upcoming episodes. Austin, I'm gonna put down here, probably behind Nick. I just felt like Austin. The thing with him is, I don't know. I think he was entertaining, but my thing with him is, I felt like he never really spoke up about how he actually felt with the Amaya situation. Same with Ace. Wait until the worst moment when he could have said that many days prior. So that was my opinion. Felt like when he left, it wasn't really a big deal. No one cared too much. I don't know. Not really my favorite person. TJ was a good dude. I'm gonna put him behind Hannah. I felt like I don't know. I felt like sometimes he wasn't really even enjoying being on the island. I feel like he would just carry his water bottle around and it was whatever. I don't know. Him and Iris obviously had a good thing going, but it didn't seem like he was like having a ton of fun. I don't know. It's my opinion, but Adriana, I'm definitely gonna put as one of my least favorite people. I'm just gonna. I know normally I would probably push them that way, but she probably is one of my least favorite. I think again, she was very two-faced. I thought her question during that challenge didn't really make any sense. I also felt like I don't know. I just personally didn't like her whatsoever. I think she was very two-faced the way she was talking to Huda and then would go and share everything with Landria and Shelly and everyone else. So that's where I would put her. Man, Zach, I feel like if you were to try to remember everyone from this season, I feel like he would easily be the most forgettable person on this show. What did he really do at all? I don't know. I just felt like he came on the show, wanted probably some Instagram followers, which they all do, but like, what did he actually do on the show? I don't really remember anything that he did, so I'm going to put him on there. Vana, man, again, the thing is like with her, I'd probably put her there and Landria just in terms of worst people. But I just feel like with her, I don't know, way too plastic surgery. What are you doing? But just weird vibes. I don't know. I question her intent of going on the show, but I don't know. Not too much to say about her, but that's my thing. JD, I think, was all right. I think he obviously was a better person than most of these people, but I think at the same time, I don't know. I think he messed up with the way he spoke to Huda and short lived. I thought Jaden was a cool person. I'd probably put her up here next to TJ, but I don't know. I think the situation that occurred with Nick was kind of odd, and I also felt like the whole thing with Austin was a little strange too. I wasn't sure where that was really going. I thought she was not the most entertaining, but I think she had better relationships than other people. And she still had potential to eventually be with Brian because I know he was really interested in her. And I know when she left, he was like, oh, I'll have to meet up with you after. But That's my opinion. Grayson, again, I'm gonna put at the bottom. I'm putting a lot of people, but to be honest, Grayson and the way that she handled the Pepe situation. All right, let's relax a little bit. Seal was getting over. Actually, I'll put her up here. I don't think she was that bad of a person. I thought she was pretty straightforward, didn't really cause any issues. But actually, I'm gonna put her there. Coco, she was fine. Didn't really do anything super drastic. Was fine. I think Chris, I'm gonna put up here. He's just been an all around good dude. I feel like he's been very straight up, especially with Ace. He's been super kind to Huda. I feel like he's very just a chill guy, just knows how to keep himself composed. Has been a funny addition to the show, and that's where I put him. Clark, I definitely would put up here, probably in front of them. Again, I think Clark got so much hate for obviously the whole Alandria situation, but she's just been a good person all around. I don't feel like she's ever been someone who's rude. She handled the Alandria situation really well, just very classy. I feel like even during the challenge where she was getting chosen the least out of everything when America voted, it was all just the hate with Alandria, but I feel like Clark is just all around a great person on the show. So Zach, I gotta put you, man, I'm gonna put you here, but I see this is my issue with Zach, right? Is that I don't think he handled the Amaya situation well, but I feel like when the most recent episode, when he knew that he was on the chopping block, he was talking up to her and just trying to save face. And there's also a great video. I don't know where it is, but it's a video of him where he's laughing and then he goes back to his model face. I don't know. The guy clearly went on the show just to gain traction, which I understand. But some people, the intent is way more clear than others. And I don't know. I felt like he never really built a strong connection. And again, I question his intent on the show. I'm going to put Elon up here, probably in front of Charlie. And I'll tell you why. I feel like Elan was a good dude. I just think again his timing was not great considering obviously with Sierra, but just I just felt like the timing of when he came on wasn't in his favor, which is unfortunate. But I feel like he was an all around good dude and kind to people. And again, I think just the timing of what happened was really his downfall. So I think Brian's a good guy. I'm probably going to put him in front of Jeremiah. I think he's explored as much as he can. He's constantly trying to build new relationships. He's friendly with all the Islanders, which I think is great. So that's where I would put him. I think he's an all around good person. I don't know why Zach is on here twice, but we'll just put him there. Zach with a C, same thing. Ilan, Brian, we already put up there, but we'll just, I guess, put him here. Ace. Now, what do I think of Ace? Ace is interesting because I think he's definitely like the leader of the pack. I feel like with all the guys, he's definitely the leader. I think he's a funny addition to the show. I feel like he keeps it real most of the time. So I think he definitely does deserve to be probably up here. I'd probably put him next to Jeremiah. I do think he was jealous of Jeremiah, in my opinion, that whole situation. But just last looks of the list, I feel like this is pretty fair. Again, I think the people at the bottom, I stand pretty firm with that. I think that's honestly, besides Ilan and Brian, who I had to add, but I feel like everything else is very fair. Comment down below what you guys think, but these are pretty much my favorite Islanders versus people at the bottom and that whole situation. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll stay tuned for the next tier list.